Sri Lanka's most powerful news brand.
A proposal has come before the Cabinet of Ministers to launch a budget airline. The proposal was submitted through a joint cabinet paper from Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe and Tourism Development Minister John Amarathunga.
The joint cabinet paper submitted on the 15th of November proposes the establishment of a budget airline, Air Asia Sri Lanka, under the Malaysia-based Air Asia Group. The airline will service Colombo, Jaffna, Hambantota and India and will expand operations to other South Asian countries. The airline will then extend services to China and ASEAN countries before expanding to Africa and the Middle East in the final phase of implementation. Plans have been made to purchase 24 A320 aircrafts for Air Asia Sri Lanka within its first 5 years of operation. The cabinet paper states that within its first 5 years of operation, the budget carrier will be able to bring 9.6 million tourists to the country. This will also be used to promote the tourism industry. The cabinet paper states that tourists can be attracted to Sri Lanka through Air Asia's 12 million Facebook fans, 6 million Twitter followers and 110,000 YouTube subscribers. In their cabinet paper, the Prime Minister and Minister John Amarathunga also note that in several countries, budget airlines and full-service airlines work together. The cabinet paper cites Malaysia, Thailand, Singapore, Indonesia, India, Vietnam and the Philippines as examples. The cabinet paper states that full-service airlines and budget carriers function in the same environment in these countries. The cabinet paper seeks authorization to hold talks with Air Asia on the necessary skills, provisions and other operational affairs. Authorization has been sought for these talks to be carried out by the Ministry of National Policies and Economic Affairs, a portfolio held by the Prime Minister and the Department of Civil Aviation.
Well, as you heard the minister say, I don't know, I'm not sure, I can't remember, which essentially means that Minister John Amarathunga has not even seen this cabinet paper to his very own eyes. Now, we have Ministers Nimal Siripal de Silva and Kabir Hashim to overlook the subjects of civil aviation and Sri Lankan Airlines respectively. Shockingly, it was neither of them who presented this cabinet paper. It was the Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism. The sole objective of this agreement, as they say it is to create a budget airline to attract or promote more tourists in the country. Ironically, the only budget airline Sri Lanka already had, Mihin Lanka, was closed down citing massive losses. Then you have the chairman of Sri Lankan Airlines recently issuing a memo to its employees saying Sri Lankan Airlines may have to be closed down in March next year as well, citing that given the current state of affairs if they're not rectified. And on top of that, you have another company coming in to destroy whatever is left of Sri Lankan Airlines. And this cabinet paper, which the Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism have put forward, does not exactly indicate what this project is, if it is a public-private partnership or a complete investment. More extraordinarily, the basis they've used to select Air Asia is the number of followers or subscribers Air Asia has on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter. And given the number of followers it does have on YouTube, local celebrity Iraj has far more followers on YouTube. And at the moment, let's talk about the number of the kind of tourists that come into Sri Lanka. At the moment, Sri Lanka does seem to be attracting a large number of low-cost or budget tourists who are most often than not surfers and backpackers. While this is all nice to see, the question is, are these the types of tourists we want in the country or want coming into the country? The big question is, doesn't the country want the big spenders with the big pockets spending big bucks in the country? And what exactly is Air Asia? It is a Malaysian low-cost airline headquartered near Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Let's talk about safety. Sri Lankan Airlines does have a pretty decent track record in terms of safety. However, Air Asia, not so much. It has had a terrible and troubling history in terms of air safety with a bad history of technical failures and human error. And the most horrifying example to that is from December 2014, nearly 3 years ago, when an Air Asia plane flying from Surabaya, Indonesia to Singapore crashed into the Java Sea, killing 162 people. What is more alarming about this news story is that this Air Asia plane made 78 trips, I repeat, 78 trips between Perth and Bali with a mechanical fault in the 12 months leading to this tragedy. Now, this is certainly a grave concern. The 19th Amendment of the Constitution, the Foreign Exchange Bill, these legislation were brought in through the back door. Are they trying to do the same to to Sri Lanka's national carrier, Sri Lankan Airlines. We report, you decide. Till then, it's back to the main news desk.